What is going on, guys? JTails here with another tutorial video. This time covering Zero Suit Samus. Alright, so I'm gonna get right into it. Before I say anything, I just want to ask real quick, would you guys be okay with me playing other games on my channel that is not Smash Brothers? I know a lot of people are here for the tutorials, they're here for the character guides, they're here for hype matches, and I would be more than happy to continue doing that. I'm just curious if you guys would be okay and open to watching me play things that are not Smash. Because I enjoy playing other games also. So I wouldn't want to, I would want to share other things with you guys. And I'm also very knowledgeable at many other games as well. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm going to get right to it. Alright, so Zero Suit. One of the more attractive characters in the game, in my opinion. She has a crawl, which also looks pretty nice. But enough ogling over her. So her crawl's pretty good. I'm not actually sure if it goes under Fox's lasers or Sheik's needles, because those are the most, I feel, they're the most difficult projectiles to get around. Maybe Falco's lasers. So just, it's important to test out and to see if it works. If not, then don't bother with her crawl. But crawling is also good if people are coming from the air, doing a back air or forward air. You can actually see how tall she is. So imagine if someone was going to hit me in the head. I could actually go into my crawl animation to avoid the hit. You can duck under certain projectiles. Definitely can duck under Samus's missiles and Link's arrows and some other things in the game. So her crawl is definitely worth it. Her jump height is also really good. Look how high up she goes. And then with the down B, technically you have 4 means of moving around. 1 jump, 2 jump, down B, and up B. So that's something to take note of as well. I believe she has a 1-frame jab, which is also the fastest jab in the game. Well, and I know in Brawl it was, so don't quote me on that, but I believe it's still 1 frame, so it's pretty good. Like, after you do a back air or neutral air, instead of blocking, you can feel free to jab. And if your opponent is a tall character, you can actually hit them, because her moves don't have too much lag. See how she can go instantly into jab? So it's like, yeah, you can block, but someone might grab you. But if you land with something and then jab immediately, you'll cover the end lag of that move, and you'll keep yourself safe. Now, one thing to note is that if they block jab 1, 2, 3, then you have some end lag. So you can even just do 1, 2 and then kind of run away. Or they can grab you after the second one, but you can do 1 jab and then run away. Her jabs aren't that safe, but it's another option. If you see it hit, that's when you want to do all 3 jabs to kind of push them away from you. Okay. So that's pretty much the best utility of her jab, to cover the end lag of her aerials, I would say. Or even if you do down smash and they block it, as soon as they come in, you can jab them, because jabs beat grabs. So that's something else to take note of. Or even tilts. And she can angle her forward tilt, like most characters, in 3 different directions. Downwards, forward, and upwards. Her neutral air is probably my favorite spacing tool, because look how far I can hit Pikachu with it. And it's also pretty safe on landing. And it also hits from behind. However, Pikachu's too short, I feel, for me to hit. Oh, there we go. But you see that back hitbox is actually very specific. But oftentimes you'll see me jump around with neutral air with her, and then maybe do a pivot grab or something like that, just to keep myself safe. But pivot grabbing is strong, even though it has some end lag. It's still pretty good. I would use her grab sparingly, but also even her down air. Like, she's one of the fastest characters in the game, aside from Captain Falcon, I would say. In terms of her moves, don't leave her that vulnerable. She can risk, even messing up a down air and then jabbing, or any aerial to the ground is pretty safe. That doesn't mean you want to go crazy and spam them, because you can still get punished, of course, but if used properly, she can be very hard to hit. Her down B is also a really good tool. Alright, so her down B, it has two different properties. First of all, you can influence how far you want it to go. It'll always go in the direction that she's facing, but for example, if I face this way and I want to do it the other way, I can actually do that by pressing left as soon as I press down and B. And you'll see her go that way. Now, let's say I want to go far forward. I can hold forward and make her go really far. Or I can hold back and make her not go very far at all. So this is pretty good for mix-ups if you want to just confuse your opponents as to where you're going to land. Also, it's just a pretty good tool to land on stage with because I believe she has some invincibility on it. So, meaning if another character attacks, I think they'll go through her. I don't think you can trade with her on that. You have to actually wait till she finishes the down B. Now, if you choose to do the kick, look at how much N-like that is. I'm holding shield so you can see how much time it takes for me to be able to move after that, and it's quite some time. So if you commit to doing the kick, you're in trouble. Versus, you know, if you do it without the kick, you can do anything after that as soon as you land, basically. See? So she's pretty safe for the most part. Alright, so, and all her aerials are pretty quick, and they're pretty powerful. I know her back air can kill at decent percents. Her up tilt can kill at very high percents, very high. Definitely up B is one of her stronger kill moves. And that kills earliest along with her forward smash. Now you're probably wondering, how do I lead up into these moves? Well, one technique is using the single shot of the stun gun, but you have to be really fast with it. As soon as you see it hit, you run up and you up B. Also down smash is another good way to tie into her up B. Or just after aerial juggles. One of my favorite combos is down throw into forward air. You know, you can really mix up her gameplay because she's so versatile, you know. Oops. So usually combos like that is what I stick to, or I'll do something like, you know, shot to grab to forward air. And depending on their DI, you'll either have to do an up air or a forward air after you down throw them. If they're holding away from you, you'll have to chase them with forward air. If they hold up, you'll have to chase them with up air. And that's usually guaranteed at low percents and even at mid percents. It starts becoming not guaranteed around high percents. And you can juggle. You can, if you read an air dodge, you can just go for the back air or something. So she's a pretty cool character. You can also B reverse her paralyzer gun, and you do this by pressing B and then hitting the opposite direction afterwards. So instead of side B, you hit B side, and it turns her around in the air, which is just another aerial option if you're trying to find a place to land and your opponent is, you know, around you. So you can definitely mix up her landings that way. Her ledge options. Side B actually allows her to grab onto the ledge and grab. It's the same thing. Now, one thing to take note of is you can only do this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now if I try it again, it will not grab and I will end up dying. So remember that. You can only do it 3 times before you have to touch the stage. So I touch the stage, now I can do it 3 more times if I want. Oops. But you get the point. So a lot of combos with her, I start off with neutral air. Her up smash is also really good as an anti-air. If opponents are coming down on you, you can actually zone them out. Since this isn't part of her body, it's so good because it's an attack. It's not even close to her. The only problem is if someone air dodges through it. But it's pretty hard to react to, and it covers a lot of space. So that's why it's a really good move. Down tilt, I like to pop opponents up in the air. Up tilt, I like to do if people are near me and I'm shielding, I'll kind of drop my shield and up tilt if I think they're going to grab me or something else. But remember that if they block up tilt, you're punishable because up tilt has some lag on it, so they can, Diddy Kong can forward smash you, or other characters can probably get some decent punishes on you, so be careful with that. But yeah, definitely down smash into forward smash if you can ever land that. Down smash at the ledge is pretty cool. Oh, also her Zair. As you've seen in my suited Samus video, I was using Zair a lot to just cover space and kind of like, and you do this by just pressing the grab button while you're in the air. You can actually air dodge and press A, but she has some landing lag when she lands. So that's something to take note of. Also, you can... Alright, so every character has lag when they air dodge to the ground. You'll see that, how long it takes for me to put up my shield. But if I jump, air dodge, and use up air, you'll notice that it's way faster. Because since up air has no landing lag, instead of falling with an air dodge, I'm actually canceling the lag with up air before I hit the floor. And it's allowing me not to suffer that landing lag. So I can air dodge and then, so jumping, air dodge, to up air, to, to whatever you want. So you can really mix this up against other players if you want to just run in and air dodge behind them and then, kind of grab. It's a really good mix up. As well as, jumping behind people and then using side B. So I guess for now I can show some, some simple combos. Definitely down throw into forward air. Oops. Alright. And then you want to follow your opponent. And her best skill is definitely juggling and making people air dodge, and then you wait for the air dodge, and then you up air them again, and you launch them back up. And then you want to finish it with up B, but they'll likely get out of it. It's not always guaranteed. So make sure that once you miss this, you press down on the joystick so you fall faster to the ground, so you're less punishable. Another cool trick is using up B out of shield. While you're shielding, if you press jump and up B, you'll do it immediately out of your shield. So if an opponent, let's say Pikachu, I don't know, let's say he does Skull Bash on me. As soon as Skull Bash hits my shield, I'll just immediately cancel out of it and do up B out of shield. And that'll be either a kill or a really solid punish. But yeah, Zero Suit's cool. She has a lot of great follow-ups and mix-ups and punishes. As far as her throws are concerned, I know down throw deals 7% and leads into the most follow-ups from her. And you can really just mess around with her. A lot of her moves go into each other, so you can really mix and match them and kind of have fun with it. Especially that. Ooh, am I dead? Yep. I should have used the... Well, actually, I couldn't use the grapple hook. Oops. Yeah, I think at low percent, actually, neutral air into stun works. So you can loop it and then kind of keep juggling with that. Ooh, that was nice too. Yeah, so you really just have to play with her and mess around with the percents in which certain things work and certain things won't. But she can deal a lot of damage very early on and kind of set herself up for the kill. Definitely back air is a solid option for killing. Yeah, there we go. So forward smash is going to be your primary kill move, but you don't want to fish for it. You don't want to just throw it out, as I see a lot of Zero Suits do online. You want to confirm into it, You'll run up and shield and then do it to kind of just get there fast enough. As well as stun into up B. You always want to confirm into her kill moves. I mean, I'm not saying that it's you know, you can't go for a rogue up B. You just want to be aware of your percentage though, and be aware as to what characters you're fighting against, because then they're gonna, you know, they're gonna capitalize on that. But she's pretty fun. She's very nimble. Ooh. And you definitely want to learn how to short hop with her, which I explained in my Captain Falcon video very well. And I will be getting to the beginner tutorial video explaining all the advanced concepts, as well as, you know, how to do tilts, how to short hop, how to pivot grab. Pivot grabbing is a very important tool of her as far as mix-ups and just punishing people in general. But definitely... Ooh, and her down air spikes, but you want to be careful because you can't control her if you do it off stage. No matter how high up you are, once you down air, you're dead if you do it off stage. So that's something to take note of. Yeah, her up smash, as I said, really good anti-air. It keeps opponents back up in the air. Up B for killing, up B for recovering, using her tether to recover. Side B can be cool. It's a good spacing tool. And it's not too punishable. I just don't use it very often personally, but you can feel free to do this. Also, her down B kick, you do the kick by pressing the A button after you initiate the down B. And this actually has a spiking property off stage. Let's see if I can demonstrate it. Back throw into... Ooh, that one didn't spike. It might have to sweet spot it, which I'm not actually too sure how to do that, but let's see if I can figure it out. Oh, well, either way it kills, and it can be a good option off stage if you do it right. Down tilt's pretty all her tilts are pretty safe, I would say, except for up tilt on shield and possibly down tilt on shield as well. And for the most part, I think I covered all of it. She is pretty light though, so you want to make sure that you don't get hit very much when using her. I think she's close to the bottom in terms of weight. She's not a very heavy character, so usually you'll be dying at an earlier percentage than your opponent will. But yeah, so these are just the general things of her. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to leave me a comment if I left anything out, or if you have any other tips for me, you can let me know. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you found it insightful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Later.